Hello everybody, my name is Grimscythe and this is Tower of Time. This is a game that is currently available in early access and they have just released a major update to the game. The update has done a complete overhaul of the graphics to allow the game to feel much more atmospheric than it did previously. Many other things were upgraded in this recent update as well, all of which I won't go over here. Some of the things to expect from this game, if you haven't seen it yet, is RPG elements with characters leveling up, gaining gear, and getting more skills. And we are also going to find lots of little story bits as we go through the game, learn about the history of the planet that we're on, and things that are going on in the world around us. And the main thing that is interesting about this game is that all of the combat is done in real time. So that means all of the combat is more strategic, and you need to think fast and be on your toes to make sure you don't get overwhelmed by the enemies. And one last thing is, when I'm playing the game, if there's a cinematic, I will not be talking over the cinematic. I will let it play so you guys can hear the cinematic and enjoy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Just going to start on normal for now. We may bump it up later, but this is going to be it for now. Here we go.
Our land is dying, and we are dying with it. It was different once. The land was a place of wonder and beauty. All races lived in peace and harmony. Yet a very long time ago, something happened. Something which we don't even have a name for, because history is lost to us. We can glimpse the past only from the old tales passed down from generation to generation, from the ruins scattered across the land, and indecipherable artifacts uncovered when the earth shakes with violence. Now the land is our enemy. The sky is covered with dark clouds. Weather acts in strange patterns. Rain might not come for several weeks, but then one day it falls with a fury of the heavens until everything is washed away and lost. Yet the gravest problem is that there is not enough sunlight to grow food. We are trying to survive, but it seems we are losing this battle because we are slowly dying off. When I was young, just a boy, I lived in a small village on the border of the human domain. One day, when I was hunting for food in the forest, I came upon freshly uncovered ruins, the result of a strong earthquake the day before. Usually we stay away from places like this. Nothing good ever comes from exploring them. But this time, something pulled me closer.
Alright, so that's a little bit of the backstory on the area that we exist in, and we will learn more about that as we progress through the game and find lore to learn of those times. The entire morning passed without the sign of a single rabbit. No tracks, no fur, no scat, nothing. Rarely was hunting so bad in the woods surrounding your village. It felt as if something unnatural lingering in the air. A frightening thought that sent a shiver down your spine as you slowed down your pace and gazed through the trees to a scene of total devastation. The forest laid before you was sundered, littered with jagged rocks and vast chasms. The aftermath of the earthquake 3 days past. Pushing back the impulse to flee home, you moved closer. The adults tell stories of the world regurgitating treasures from long ago. Just to look, you convince yourself, your curiosity shortly rewarded by the sight of a large fissure emanating a dazzling blue light. Against your better judgment, you squeeze through the gap, leaving behind the world you've always known. What is this place? It looks like a different world. Perhaps I should turn back. The elders are very strict about this old stuff. If you come across anything strange that belongs to the old times, don't touch it, don't press any buttons, don't take any crystals. Come back and tell an adult immediately. Ah, they're scared of their own shadows. It can't hurt to look around. Maybe I'll find food or treasure. Alright, so we now have control. Do a little bit of exploration here. Metal signpost. A metal signpost with hands pointing off in many directions. Headbin car, 9 miles. Onswick Bridge, 14 miles. Those names mean nothing. You lean over the bridge and look below, but all you see is darkness. In the place float, is this place floating in the air? So, we're just a little boy in the past right now. As you approach the statue, its eyes flicker with life, and it speaks. Welcome to the sanctum of the First Magus. Please state your business. You can talk? Please state your business. I just want to look around. First Magus awaits you. Ambassador Churnstable, representative of the king under the mountain. Who? Whoa, no, wait a second. I'm just a boy from the village. I was taking a look around and then there was a... Please present your identification, Ambassador. I don't know what you mean. Please present your identification. I don't have anything to show you. Sanctum Guardians have been alerted. They will escort you to the administrative captain. Please do not be alarmed. Sanctum Guardians? Maybe I'll just go back the way I came. Please stay where you are and do not be alarmed. The Sanctum Guardians have been alerted. They will escort you to the administrative captain. Resistance is not advised. You wait apprehensively for a moment, but nothing happens. Ha ha ha, you got nothing. That throne down there. Below you lies a large throne, lined with immense luminescent crystals. As you peer over the edge and focus your attention on one of the larger blue crystals, a faint voice calls out. Fear is the gatekeeper that turns back the masses. Have courage, your destiny beckons. Who are you? What is this place? Come to me, the time is nigh. A powerful desire to leap off the ledge of this precipice to the throne far below washes over you. Sweat breaks across your brow as you force yourself back, step by step. The voice vanishes, but the irresistible urge to reach the throne remains. You look around for a safe way down. Must get down there. Alright, so we can go this way. Ooh, is that? Those monstrosities. Huh. Hello? Oh. Look, a boy approaches. First Guardian. Second Guardian. Another human, after all this time, but a mere child. How intriguing. Third Guardian. You don't have the skills to survive this place, boy. Leave now or perish. What? And yet, he has come this far. He must be properly trained before we can answer the call. There is no time. He'll never be ready. Ready for what? No, he must train for what is to come. But does he have the confidence in himself? I don't know. I think I do. He must develop the skill or else we'll manipulate it through him. Or others will manipulate it through him. Yes, he excels at this. Are you capable, boy? Do you know magic? Magic? No, of course not. I'm just a hunter. Ah, hunter indeed. Tell us, do you always know where to aim your bow, even with your eyes shut? Enough, let him be. He doesn't understand. Besides, he poses no threat, yet. Yes, let him pass. Let him see for himself. Very well, go ahead, boy. Embrace your fate. He must talk to him. He must be ready. You guys are cool. First Magus Athraldar held office between 4 to 9. Beautiful armor made of pure gold shines as if polished yesterday. Any other things of lore in here? First Magus Helena, 152 to 202. Okay. Held office between 113 and 114. Only for a year, huh? Magus Audrus. Hello there, throne. Mysterious voice. A boy. You are still a child, and yet you have heard my call. How can this be? Tell me. I don't know. Please, let me go. I am scared. I just want to go home. Yes, I can sense your fear, but this fear does not rule your heart. There is something else. You are different, as I once was, long ago. What did the Guardians tell you? Nothing. They told me nothing. I'm not different. I'm just a boy from the village. No, you were stronger and smarter than the others. They will come to respect you, to follow you without question. And those who do not offer their loyalty will come to fear you. I'm just a boy. Nobody fears me? Not yet, boy. You're inexperienced, your ability undeveloped. But there is no mistake. Such dormant, feral, raw power, an indisputable match. I don't know what you mean. Who are you? What is this place? There is much to explain, and where I have the will, I do not possess the time. I grow weaker by the moment. It took all my strength to raise the tower again, and I must rest now. What are you talking about? What do you want of me? Let me go. Let you go, of course. In time, you will forget this place. You will grow strong and skillful, and find position in the world. For this, before I release you, I entrust in you an insatiable desire to return. I feel so strange. What are you doing to me? Stop whispering to me. It's too loud. Stop. I don't want to come back here ever. For some day, many days from now, you will return to the tower. Seek me in the depths, and on that day, when my power has recovered, we will talk again. Please, please let me go. Forgive me, boy. You will come to understand, I promise. The memory of this meeting will vanish from your mind once you leave this place, but you will return, as surely as the seedling reaches for the sun. Go now, run! This place is not safe for a child, even for you. Learn thyself, give thyself to the world as I have, and return. Run! Get out of here. Poor boy.
I went down the stairs and came upon a big room made of metal. In the middle sat a strange chair, a throne made of crystal which seemed to be swirling with light. I felt a strong compulsion to approach and touch it, and so I sat upon the throne. But a sudden torrent of light and sound enveloped me, overwhelmed me, and knocked me off the throne. I ran away as quickly as I could. I never told anyone of this, for the fear of being deemed tainted and banished from the village. For this was the way of my people. I tried to forget the experience, yet the visions granted to me by this throne did not go away, even growing stronger over time. Every night I had terrible nightmares, yet I did not remember anything when I woke up. During the day, I drew strange symbols in the sand, yet I had no understanding of what they meant. People shied away from me, and I think they feared me. But I was an excellent hunter, so they let me stay in the village. And over time, they learned to accept me for what I had become. Then, one day, unexpectedly, it all made sense to me. My mind finally understood the visions and their sequence and was able to put it all together. I understood that the throne which spoke to me was located on the top level of a construction of incomprehensible scale. That these were not ruins, but a great tower buried deep and buried upside down. Some immense force once lifted this construction into the air, rotated it, and then thrusted it deep into the ground. What I also understood was that I had to come back to this place, for within resided the only thing which could save us all. Many years later, I was at the command of a king and a good friend. For my service, I was granted a favor. I asked to be given a small force of men and resources, so I could return to the village where I was born. It was a strange favor, for this place was now abandoned, as the human kingdom was shrinking ever smaller. Our good king saw that reclaiming this land could give the people the one thing they needed the most: hope. So he agreed to my request. So here I am, returning to the very place that was always pulling me. It is now a desolate place. Little remains of my village. Most of it has rotted or been washed away. Yet the tower is undamaged. The land has shifted, and more levels of this great construction are visible now. I order my men to set up camp, and I send my 2 greatest warriors inside. I can be with them via the strange power of the Crystal Throne and control them if I must. It is the time to fulfill my destiny and save us all. Should I fail, this will be the end of everything.
Everything. Cannot fail. The human realm was once the hub of interchange between the 5 races of Artara. At long last, just as impressive as I remember. I have never seen the like. So many stone buildings in one place, ruined though they are. It must have been a city far greater than anything we have today. And perhaps it can help us to reach that level once again. You must have noticed the vegetation. Whether by natural or enchanted means, something about the soil here produces abundant life. The key to our salvation. Whoever returns with the secret will be the king of all Atara, or queen. Not so fast. Even if every inch of soil here were sowed, it still couldn't feed half the human population, never mind the dwarves, elves, frostlings. True, but where there is one secret, there may be others. Such secrets may indeed hold the key to healing the land. As our crops grow weaker each year, we spend more and more time quarreling over the meager yields, leaving less time to focus on the next harvest. One way or another, the cycle must end. The potential here could be limitless. If it's secrets you seek, then it's secrets I will uncover. But it may be unsafe, my lord. Mav and I should scout the area before you proceed. No need for unnecessary risks. Well appreciated, your concern is unwarranted, my old friend. After all, I survived this place as a child. But you're no longer a child, my lord. You're a commander, and we are oath sworn to protect you. There may be outlaws or raiders lurking. Ah, the thought of such scoundrels never crossed my mind. You do not know my lord as well as I do, Mav. I've lost count of the number of battles we fought. Believe me, my lord can more than handle himself. I'm well aware my lord is a skilled fighter, but this is a matter of regulation and duty, Kane. Something you're well aware of. A commander's primary task is to command. Ours is to obey, and in this instance, assure his welfare. She is right, of course, my lord. We cannot afford to lose you to some unforeseen danger or long-forgotten trap. Allow us to clear the way and provide safe passage. At your discretion, old friend, but before you depart, there are a few things you should know. It unnerves me that I don't remember much about this place. I recall it as if waking from a dream, its clarity fleeing with each passing second. The more I try to force myself to remember, the less clear it becomes, as if some will beyond my own works against me. I do remember a sense of unease about the place and some strange mechanisms and statues made of stone and metal. Also something about the crystals of this place. Do not touch any crystals. I don't remember exactly why. Not. But the thought of the crystals brings a strong sense of dread to my heart. Ah yes, I also remember a nearly irresistible urge to leap down from a high ledge somewhere. Strange that this would come to me so clearly when all else is clouded. Perhaps it is a warning to that this place interferes with one's judgment. Whatever the case, keep a close eye on each other, and please be safe, my friends. As you command, my lord. I will await for the rest of our group and follow you down once they arrive. Normally, I would allow the lady to go first, but duty calls for the strongest arm and the keenest combat sense to lead. Get behind me and stay close, fair maiden. By the great spirits, this is going to be a long journey. And did you already forget what happened last time you kept calling me that? So tell me more about my lord. You've known him far longer than I. I don't know how best to describe him. He is different. What do you mean? Well, for one, he wasn't highborn. He earned the king's respect and his position through service and skill. I had been in the king's guard just over 5 years when he first joined. A formidable fighter and a quick learner, he showed immediate potential. But he often had the odd, distant look in his eyes. So odd. To tell the truth, it spooked most of the other men. And what of this tower? Does he truly seek a way to heal the land? Or are we on a fool's errand? Well, you have spilled blood with the man on the battlefield. You know this metal. Mauve, I can tell you this. Whatever he is seeking in this place, he believes it will help us all. Alright. That's a pretty sweet looking statue. The broken statue is made of smooth glass like stone, the likes of which you've never seen before. Next to it there is a wooden sign with an inscription. Oops. Oh, that went terribly horrible. Well, sorry about that. Accidentally extra clicked and there was no way going back to it. Alright, that's okay. Alright, let's go. So this is kind of a different route than we took when we were a kid. Or it shortcutted us through it. By the great spirits, what is this? The water is so clear you can see straight through it. It tastes sweet too. The merchants back in the city would pay a week's wages for a pitcher of this. Look below. Have you ever seen fruit trees like that? Fruit trees? If a merchant would pay a week's wage for a pitcher of that water, they'd give half their wealth for one of these things. Careful, we do not know what they might do to you. You didn't have any second thoughts about drinking water here. Take a bite. They're amazing. I'll take your word for it. At least one of us should be clear-headed if it turns out to be poisonous. Wonder why these trees cling so close to each other. What's that there? Skeleton with notes. Old parchment. Your champions find a scrap of vellum half buried in the soil here. They can barely make out some of the faded text. I have traversed this vast cavern 5 times over, and know now that there is no way out. What have they done? Where are all the people? I was sitting with the quartermaster, praising the gods for the fine price being offered for my crops. The next moment, everything went dark. I awoke after who knows how long to find the middle of the page is ruined, but a few lines are readable. Elenia, and I know I will never see our little valley again. I kept the seeds from one of our plum trees and have planted them in a good spot with plenty of water. I planted 3, one for you and one for each of our children. So sad. Okay, what was that? Just a tree? I guess it is. Okay, I don't see anything else there. Alright. Ooh, what are those things? Sweet looking totems. As your champions cautiously traverse the path, they pause at the approach of a strange rattling sound. Neither has time to utter a word as a group of animated skeletons round the corner, running straight at them. Kane and Mauve fumble for their weapons, drawing steel in the nick of time. Alright, so here's our first encounter. Mana is a finite resource that regenerates slowly. Use your skills wisely. Alright, so we can position ourselves before combat? No, we can't do that anymore. Okay. Used to be able to do that. That's different. That's fine. That makes sense, honestly, so let's go. First battle. This is your first combat encounter. Unlike all the others, this one has predefined waves of enemies of different types. Survive until all enemies are defeated. Use your skills wisely as your champion's mana regenerate quite slow. The purpose is to explain the basics of the Tower of Time combat system. More detailed tutorial will follow later. Good luck. Dun, dun, dun. So we got 3 risen warriors. Kane should intercept them for tanking reasons. Use Kane's taunt skill when all enemies are in range. Got it. So taunt. And I'll have you go to him. And then I want you to sit back, actually. Can we get you back? Let's get to... So we got fire arrows. That's going to increase our fire damage for 30 seconds. I'll have them focus down on that. Are we attacking the same one here? Hope so. Alright, we could also stone wall. That's not going to really do us any good. Don't need that. Arrow barrage would be helpful. So there's not going to be that many enemies on this one. 1 risen archer, 2 risen adepts. Range enemies. Dodge enemy skills. Indicated by a red circle on the ground. Got it. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on. So arrow barrage is going to shoot random enemies for damage, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and... What is going on with the camera there? Stop that. I'm going to get over there and taunt these guys, hopefully. That'll work. There we go. So let's get her on that guy. Yeah, totally easy enough. Now we got some big guys. 2 dead knights, elite enemies with a high armor and aura buff. They project aura +3 to armor to all enemies close by, indicated by a blue circle underneath. So they are stacked together, so they're getting a bonus armor altogether. Until your champions acquire weapons or learn skills with armor reduction, such high armor significantly reduces damage. Focus fire, try to separate them, look at the armor resistances, exploit their weaknesses to use fire. So, I don't have fire arrows back up yet. See if I can get, I'm gonna draw a wall here, kind of slow them down. There we go, that's what I wanted. I want to get them separated out. And that way, they're a little bit weaker each. And then we'll go ahead and do fire arrows for some bonus damage. There we go. Now you go ahead and attack him. Perfect. I think that aura is just a defensive aura. No, I guess it's that one. Either way, we're fine here. Alright, got some more ranged guys. Magi Spirits. Elite ranged enemies with life drain channel that steal health from your champions. When they start the channel, move outside their range, hide behind rock walls. We need to line of sight them so they don't get us. Or we can blind them to break that. You're draining, okay. So let's go ahead and... That line of sight broken, got it. And see ya! He should be the last guy, I think. I don't know why you're not engaging automatically there. Then there was a little pop-up thing there. That was the effective taunt. Alright, so we got some battle result, which is we got a old arcane crossbow. And which would be something from Mauve. And then we got a little bit of money. Stop from time to time, enjoy the view, and listen to the music. If I had not seen them with my own eyes, fought them with my own hands, dead risen from the ground, what evil is this? Such undying determination. Look there. The severed arm still twitches, intent to continue the fight. I'm just glad they fell easily enough to my blade and arrow. Or to blade and arrow. Perhaps we were just lucky. Next time, withdraw farther back. Your bow is of no use to close to the front line, and your presence only distracts me from the battle. We just dispatched the living dead and you lecture me over tactics? Really, Kane? Sometimes you take the duty and rank too far. After all, if I hadn't heard them approach, we would have been ambushed for sure. You heard their approach, ha! I already held my blade even before you saw them coming. The years of training isn't turned on or off, it just kicks in when it's needed. Whatever you say, Kane, arguing with you is like talking to a stone wall. Should we go back and tell my lord about this? Not yet. We have our duty to complete. Let's continue on and see what lies ahead. Agreed. Well then, lead the way, warrior, with cat-like reflexes. Alright, well, unfortunately that is all the time I have in today's episode. I do hope you are enjoying this series as we start along, and we're going to be going all the way through. And as always, thank you everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.